take this.
Whoa, that's a lot of Mora. Did we already earn a bonus?
There will be plenty of rewards if you manage to catch those scoundrels. This Mora, however, is for other purposes. I'm sure some spending will be required on your part before they lower their guard. I certainly wouldn't expect you to pay out of your own pockets, so please use the Mora as needed, and collect as much evidence as possible.
No wonder you're the chief. Seems like you've already thought of everything. Okay, we'll take it from here.
I've marked the location of the scammers on your map. I'll leave the rest to you two.
I have to say, in all of Genshin, there are so many quests that revolve around, like, fraud. Like, store fraud, or something like that. So some evil shopkeeper, or people scamming you out of money, or something like that. Like, there are so many quests. You would think that, Leeway, like, was all about it with the god of contracts and stuff like that, scamming people. But no, man, in every freaking city, there's always a bunch of quests revolving around, oh, this store is ripping people off, or this person has some type of scam that's scamming people out of their money. It's like, damn, man.
Now let's see if anyone around here looks like a scammer. Oh, right. We should pretend we are innocent tourists with no idea about what's going on. But how should we lure those scammers out? Good idea. Speaking of which, Paimon's dying to know what kind of treasures could be buried on the mysterious island. Wonder if anyone's ever really seen them before.
Ah! Are you two visitors from afar looking to visit the mysterious island?
Oh, looks like we managed to lure them out already. Oh, pardon. Is something the matter?
I just happened to overhear you two talking about the mysterious island. I assume you two must be tourists, brought here by the legend and looking for the island. Am I right?
Hello, Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. That's right. We were just getting
Paimon
ready
is
to
Paimon.
look for that island from the
Shouldn't it
legend.
be like,
In
my
that
name
case,
is Paimon?
As a qualified guide, I certainly cannot allow you to embark on such a dangerous journey.
Uh-huh.
As the legend says, if you can manage to reach the mysterious island, riches and glory will be yours for the taking. Be that as it may, the journey to the island is full of untold perils and dangers. It would be nigh impossible for any average person to reach the island. But you are in luck. Allow me to tell you the purpose of our services. It just so happens that our mission as guides is to help visitors avoid danger, find shortcuts, and successfully reach their destination. Please, there's no need to worry. This was just one point I had to make perfectly clear. Although the legend and the clues to finding the island are known to everyone, the leads left behind by our ancestors are as enigmatic as riddles found on a lost treasure map. Only guides bestowed with the legacy of our ancestors can correctly decipher the clues. Tourists who rashly embark on their own often wind up lost and encounter unnecessary dangers.
Huh. He actually sounds pretty convincing.
I like how he says unnecessary dangers. It's like, if you don't come along, then we're just gonna screw you. Either way, we're gonna force it. Like, oh, these people are searching for the island, and they didn't take the. I couldn't convince them to hire me as a guide, so let's screw them. Let's attack them during their adventures.
But it seems like fate has brought us together. So, what say you to having me as your guide?
So how much will you charge us?
Not to worry. I don't intend to charge any fees.
So you'd be working for free?
For us, people of the Springs, guiding guests to the mysterious island is a great honor in and of itself, worth more than any amount of Mora.
Smooth. Paimon almost wants to believe him.
That's so far.
All right, thank you. Then please guide us onward.
Of course. Please, follow me.
It's like, okay, so we need to hire a boat. That would be 10,000 more, please. Like, oh, we need to buy fuel. That's 5,000 more. Like, oh, we need supplies. That's another 10,000. Like, oh, we need a boatman. So that's another 5,000. He's like, see, I didn't accept any money. It's just that, you know, these are all the expenditures that needed to travel. Oh, now you give me a waypoint, please. Okay, so what I learned now, I need a lot of these. Apparently, like, I haven't been leveling my Serenity pot. So, and my trust rank for my Serenity pot, and to do that, I didn't notice you actually get only points for creating furniture. And of course, it's like, I don't want to go out of my way to create, like, you know, the mini game of creating furniture and shit like that. So, but I look for like the most basic furniture I can create and just like create that, and basically rocks, anything, rocks and wood. I don't need fabric and dyes and rare pieces of wood and all that stuff like that. Just give me most basic rocks to create furniture. Wait, what was this? Oh.
Are you two here to take pictures with the Koholosaurs?
Really? Can we?
Ahem. Huh? Oh. You two must be here to seek insight from Atta, right?
Atta? Insight?
Shh, not so loud. Openly saying their name in such a manner will only cause them to loathe you.
I apologize for not explaining earlier. As you can see, Atta is the elder Koholosaur. My senior here is responsible to serve. Atta is highly respected among the tribe and is far more knowledgeable than other Koholosaurs. They say that Atta has actually visited the mysterious island before. Therefore, we must rely on Atta's insight to know how to get there.
Really? But how do we do that? Can a Koholosaurus elder talk?
You need only slowly approach Atta. Once Atta has confirmed your scent, they will provide their wise insight. In the language of the Koholosaurs, of course. But no need to worry. The ability to interpret this language is one of the basic skills required of a guide from the people of the Springs. I can understand Atta's instructions and will lead you on the journey ahead.
All right, then let's give it a try.
That'll be 10,000 more per person.
There you go.
In order for Atta to give us insight, they must recall their past, which can be extremely taxing for a Koholosaur.
What does a Koholosaur
Cost
need
to maintain
more
their health
for?
can be quite
It's a
high,
monster.
you know.
A wild monster.
I'm sorry. Such expenses may arise in the process of finding our way, but as long as we reach the mysterious island, these costs will be quite trivial in the end.
There you have it. Paimon knew there was no such thing as a free lunch. Oh, Paimon has an idea. She bets they've just made up all that stuff about the talking Koholosaur. But if we can get a receipt, that'll be proof that they're scamming tourists. With that kind of evidence, there'll be no doubt they're guilty.
What's taking them so long? Well, what do you say? I'll even throw in a group photo of you two with Atta. You won't ever find another deal like this.
Oh, that's an unexpected bonus. Quick, let's pay the man.
Try to get close to Atta and take a picture. But do I have to walk? To slowly approach, so that's why I walked.
Atta really didn't try to bite us at all.
You can also pose now if you'd like a photo together.
Okay.
Oh, Atta is already speaking? Let me listen to what they have to say.
He translates.
Could you really get anything from that noise?
Of course. Like I said, only a guide like me can understand their language. Let's follow Atta's instructions and proceed to the next area.
Here's your group photo. I even packaged it up for free.
Any chance we could get a receipt for that?
No problem at all. Here you go.
Please, come with me.
We still have a lot of the Chief's Mora to use. Why don't we keep up the act and gather some more evidence? Paimon's curious what other tricks these scammers are using. These guys are going way too far. He keeps coming up with some far-fetched reasons to make us pay for everything. With all the evidence we have now, we could bring him straight to the chief and he'd definitely be convicted. But after handing over all that Mora, Paimon kinda wants to see if he'll actually take us to the island or not.
Sorry to keep you waiting. After all the clues we've gathered, I've managed to find a shortcut to the island.
Oh, alright, then let's get going!
So you have to realize, like, if he's done this before, that means he knows where the island is, and that you could just take us there. You don't have to go ask to call the sword and do all this bullshit. Just like he's been to the island, so just take us straight to the island. Skip all this unnecessary stuff. If it was real.
This is the spot. The trails of sunlight will guide the way. Once you cross the rushing water, the light of the setting sun shall reveal everything. Atta's insights have already pointed us to the destination. It's just on the opposite bank.
You mean we're almost there? Huh. But there wasn't even anything exciting about this journey.
As I said before, this is a shortcut. If I took you on some arduous path after all the Mora you spent, that wouldn't make me look like a good guide, don't you think? Anyway, there's no time to lose. We need to get there before sunset.
But what is that? I'm curious what that is. Oh, that is what I'm going towards. A weird thing. Wait, what? Oh no, that's close or jump thing.
According to Atta's insights, this is the place. We're...
You mean the mysterious island?
Yes, I've led you to the island just as I promised, which means it's time for me to say goodbye.
Hold on! Are you serious? This is supposed to be the island? Then what about the treasure? And look at these wooden signs and artificial lights! Even we can tell it's fake!
All that stuff about treasure is just part of the legend.
But
I
you
didn't make
said
any promises about what you'd find.
It has treasure.
And who says a mysterious island can't look like this?
Huh. Since you seem to have dropped the act, then there's no need for us to continue either. We were commissioned by the chief of the people of the Springs to gather evidence of your scamming activities. With these receipts, your scamming days are over.
You sure? Then what's written on those receipts?
Look at that thing in the background. Just laying down on the beach.
Huh. Let's see. Huh? Wait, all the writing has disappeared.
I took you all this way just to buy enough time for the handwriting to disappear. Even if you were to go back to the people you paid, you'd only find that they were using fake names, making them impossible to track down.
Damn.
You want to report me for scamming tourists? Then be my guest. I'll just say that I'm being falsely accused. With that settled, I'll be going now.
Now he's trying to get away! Let's go after him!
Disappearing receipts. That's interesting.
It's the chief!
What's the chief doing here?
I had dispatched others to secretly trail you. Thanks to you, we can finally convict him of scamming people.
Convict me? How? They don't have any evidence against me. Even as the chief, you can't just level accusations without any evidence, right?
Sorry to say it, but he got us. We lost all the evidence we had.
Not to worry. Let's search him first.
Hey, what are you doing? Keep your hands off me! That's my Mora!
Yes, I see the mark. Looks like you already split the Mora before you let them here.
What do you mean?
The Mora that the Traveler and Paimon were using today were all provided by me. They all have a special mark on them.
You...
So, there must be an explanation why the Mora that should have been theirs ended up in your hands, right? There are no receipts to prove that any transactions took place, and you yourself just denied that there was a scam.
What, he stole
So
it?
did you then take the Mora from them by force?
Oh, damn, that's that's smart. Since you got all the evidence proving that it was fraud, instead, you're charged with stealing.
Take Mora from others by force? Oh, that's an even more serious crime than scamming!
Yeah, nice.
You... Ugh. All right. Sure, I admit that I coaxed them into spending a few times, but I wouldn't go as far as calling it scamming.
We have witnesses standing right here, you know.
Fine. Yes, it was all a scam.
So you make them forced to admit to a lesser crime than going with the serious one. I've actually seen that a few times. Before I started up Genshin, I was watching a bunch of like case files and police cam videos and stuff like that. And in the interrogation, they kind of do the opposite, where it's like they know he broke into a house, but you know they make him confess to a lesser crime. It's like an example is well, there's actually a few scenarios where this is kind of used in the opposite, where a person lying will admit to a lesser crime. Yeah, that's it. A person that's lying will admit to a lesser crime or something they did wrong to try to prove that they're actually trustworthy and what they're saying is not a lie. It's like they broke into a car and took a bunch of stuff, but the guy will admit that, I did jaywalk across the street. And it's like, so I didn't break it. So, I'm admitting to this small misdemeanor crime stuff. Or it's like, yeah, I did push the guy, but I didn't break into his car. See, again, he's admitting to a assault, but he didn't break into someone's car. They always want to admit to something lesser, so they would avoid the bigger crime type of thing. Interrogators use this by saying it's like at the start of the interrogation, they'll say something like, so it's like, yeah, so murderers, right? If someone killed your mother, what do you think should happen to that guy? And so they want them to kind of have like understand the mindset of this person. It's like what the person say. It's like, well, will he give an excuse like, well, maybe that guy had a reason for killing my mom. Maybe it was a misunderstanding or something, or maybe it was an accident. They're trying to make excuses. So the interrogator already knows that this person already committed a murder, right? So he's like already saying, it's like, so he's already admitting his guilt by saying, a normal person would say that person should die. He's like, they should get the full extent of the law. There should be no mercy for them and stuff. A normal person would do that. But then you have like the sociopaths, the smart sociopaths know that, and so they also lie about that. It's like but they're very hesitant on how they say it. So the interrogator would ask us like, what do you think should happen to a person who committed murder? And the guilty party will say something. The smart person will say like, they should be punished by the full extent of the law. But they pause and stuff like that, and then you have to look at how did they fidget when they said that? Are they leaning back? Are they leaning forward? And a big indicator of someone else's lying is when they turn their hands upward. It's like, don't you know what's going on? And the person says, I don't know, and they turn their hands upward. It's like a pleading gesture. Please believe me. And it's an unconscious thing that people do. They turn their hands when they're lying. Even how they sit, it is so interesting watching these interrogations. And you have like those really good videos that the person explains, look at this body posture, look at their hands. At this point, we already know this guy committed the murder, and look how he lies at this point. Look at his hands, look at his feet, look at his body posture. And it's like, oh shit, man, I can see the lie now. And so if you watch enough of these, it's like, you start to see it in people. I know it's a bit of a tangent, but it's really interesting to go watch those videos.
I still don't understand how so many people have been getting duped by them. You need only stop and think for a moment to see through the whole thing.
I remember one of these ones that was so stupid. There's this old woman, and she basically killed one of her workers that regularly helped her in her farm for some reason. I forget. But she killed him, a shotgun to the head, and then fed his body to pigs that she had on her property. Yes, that's right. She killed a person and fed the body to her pigs, and over a course of a week, the pigs slowly did eat him. But the point is, like, over like 3 days, it's starting to rot. Even pigs understand you shouldn't eat rotten food, and so like most of his body, half of his body still remained when the police found it and stuff like that. And it's like all these people are. It's like, first of all, it's like, I didn't know he fell into the pig's pen and they ate him. I'm like, and the police officer is like, so he fell in, and these pigs are trying to eat, and he didn't try to get out. Like, it takes a while before, enough damage is done that he can't get out of the pig's pen. And the pig's pen is the fence is only a few feet off the ground. He can easily hop over it back if something bites him, right? And so she's trying to explain that, like, maybe he got knocked unconscious and the pig started to eat him. It's like, yeah, but there's a rifle shot to his head. It's like, well, when I did find him, he was all dying, and I felt so sorry for him. I got my gun and I put him out of his misery. It's like, what? Really? And then it's like, why didn't you try to rescue him or pull him out? It's like, I already knew he was already dead. There was no saving him. And that's why I shot him. And then it's like, okay, why didn't you immediately call the police or pull the body out after you shot him? You let the pigs eat him. It's like, well, the pigs are, they're my family and stuff, and they did need something to eat, so I just let them have it. And I'm like, all these people are so fucking stupid.
If he claims to be able to find a
I
shortcut
hate
to the
people like that.
mysterious
Like,
island,
they know they're
then
guilty,
why hasn't he just gone there
and
and
they
claimed the
expect
treasure
people
for
to believe
himself?
these
Why even bother
outrageous,
guiding others there?
made-up stories that any common sense would say. It's like that. Why are you lying? Normal people don't behave like that.
That's a good point.
And it's even
Speaking
even
of,
scarier
have any
when
guides from the people of the springs ever found the treasure of the mysterious island?
even scarier when you get those people who kidnap people and then hold them for months or years. And oh my god, their brains are so messed up. And so there was this one guy that's like, she wanted that chain, that spiky collar chain. I showed it to her on Amazon, and she said she wanted that. She wanted to wear it. It's like, I did feed her. I was a good person to her. It's like, dude, you had her chained up in the basement, and things like that. It's like, and you think someone would want this? That you were a good person because you fed her? It's like, he's guilty, but he's trying. Still, it must be a survival thing. Even if it's like the most stupidest lie in the world, they still want to defend themselves when they know that there is no reason for this to happen. That the reason why you did this, it's so fucking stupid.
I can answer this question along with your previous one about how to get there. The answer is actually very simple. There is no shortcut to the island, and most people don't even meet the requirement to ever reach it. If you don't meet this single condition, then even guides from the people of the Springs, despite all of their abilities, will find it difficult to overcome the obstacles along the way.
I totally forgot what we were talking about now.
Which is exactly why, even though the clues to the mysterious island are open to the public, few have ever made it there.
Okay, that's why.
There's a requirement?
The requirement is... Well, that's the islands? I was right.
You something first. What do you think a real journey to the mysterious island should be like?
It should probably involve overcoming a lot of hardships with your companions before witnessing some breathtaking sights, uncovering a really touching story, and scoring some super cool treasure at the end.
And therein lies the key point. Overcoming hardships with your companions. It's said that when the first chief set out to search for the island, the ones who accompanied him were not clients nor tourists, but his closest friends. The legend also mentioned that only those willing to entrust their lives to one another will be able to reach the island together.
I don't think I trust Paimon with my life.
Therefore, the requirement to reach the island is journeying with your closest friends. The kind of friends you would trust with your life.
So that's the key.
From what I can see, you and Paimon are exactly those kinds of friends. The kind that would trust each other with anything. But, unfortunately, neither of you are experienced guides. And if you were to hire someone else, then I'm afraid you could probably never place your lives in the hands of someone you met on a pure monetary basis.
That's true.
Okay, why don't you be my guide, the chief?
But don't feel discouraged. I believe that this beautiful land that I call my home will not disappoint you. Whether it's remote islands or ancient ruins, I'm sure they can also provide you with plenty of exciting adventures. And let me tell you a secret. The elders once told me that beneath these very ruins lies a way to reach the sky!
Yeah, thanks for that. But knowing us, we don't give up so easily even when a place is supposedly impossible to visit.
Oh, I can understand. I won't stop you if you're still interested in finding the island. I just recommend finding a guide first who you could trust with your lives.
A guide we could trust with our lives?
Lonnie.
Oh, who knows when we'll meet someone like that around here? Oh, we could go find more Lonnie!
Jeez.
It appears you've already made up your minds. Then I'll be taking my leave. My assistants will pay you for all your help. Thanks again.
Okay, bye-bye!
There? Oh no, there's another one way down there. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Lonnie.